I will die on this hill that if you do not listen to fantasy books or read fantasy books, you are missing out on the absolute best depictions of masculinity that exist. Like when you dig in and really unpack the characters and stories that are written into these novels that are fantasy, starting with like Lord of the Rings and moving into things like, Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time or anything Brandon Sanderson writes, the Stormlight Archives, you go into Red Rising and that whole world. Like, if you're not following these characters like Dalinar Kholin and his wrestling with existence and honor and like all of the things that he goes through, as well as Kaladin and his story of mental health, and going into Darrow and his like transformation from a boy to literally another person, and that story of revenge, but then becoming a father and going to these places. Like, if you're not spending the time to read these books, you are missing out on some of the greatest experiences and just depictions of manhood that I think exist. Like, it's inspiring. I know they're fiction, but why not be like them? Why not take the best traits that these men have to offer that are true fantasy and incorporate them into your being? Like, without fail, when I sit and listen to these books, every time I do, I get new chills, new, like, just, heart-wrenching and inspiring moments. Like, God, it's so good. It's so good. I'm re-listening right now to this book called The Stormlight Archives, and the first one is The Way of Kings. I'm re-listening to it with my boys. It's like the fourth time I've listened to it. But it's book one, and these relationships between the father and son, and the son's journey, and, an individual man's journey who's just been broken and beaten down. Just so good. You have to do it. Do it for yourself. Like, they're long books, but as a man, as a father, I highly, highly recommend if you want to be inspired and also just like feel like this is what art should do. Anyway, rant over.